Bien le bonjour et bienvenue pour cet épisode 4 sur Return to Grace. Nous avons déjà fini le jeu et on va se relancer le deuxième tour pour faire les autres choix et essayer de tracer tout droit pour voir un peu ce qui se passe.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it. I'll disable Pal now.
Don't you dare. We might need him.
Ooh, more buttons.
You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's the pattern here?
It's the Latin zes.
Huh?
Right. Slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel. Just having Pal running in the background is making us all a little stupid.
Allez, la suite. On va essayer de tracer, hein, prendre les autres choix qu'on n'a pas fait au début. Ah, succès. Clever girl. Solve security door with no mistake. Ah, cool.
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors. As I was saying, empathy interferes with practical decision making. Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
J'ai une idée.
Please stop.
The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you going to tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly all right.
Normalement, c'était
Logic
ça.
sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me
Le
who
Z, le
Everett
X.
is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Grant me access? Logic. Seriously?
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Yeah. Like how you made me. I could give it a try.
Stop, stop, stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long as you promise never to allow Pal here to do any reconfiguring of our processing.
Deal.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
Hello, Addie. Where do you want
C'est
to start?
logique et empathie.
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
Parfait.
This looks like another control room. Do you know what this is?
It appears to be some sort of interface from which humans can track activity within the spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try. There are records here of people who have occupied the rooms over the years.
Do we know the spire's capacity?
50 units. There are millions of names here.
Millions. If 1 million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates. Okay, I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the spire.
So, Everett was a worker, or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the spire map across from the console.
All right. What are we looking for?
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addie. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
Okay. Can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, if we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3. I can climb this.
I suppose.
I don't see many other options.
Là, c'est parti. Normalement, on torche le jeu là, enfin une deuxième fois.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen a few times from this height.
Careful, Addie. If you broke a leg, how would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom. Whoa.
Addie! Addie!
Pas le choix.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, but you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You nearly broke your neck, Addie.
Yep, you're totally my mom.
Falling's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
Allez, deuxième tentative, et cette fois, c'est fait bon.
Careful. This is so cool.
Quiet, please.
Il s'éclate pas là.
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Yikes.
This is so exciting.
Breathe, Addie.
No!
Ah merde. Pourtant, j'ai mis...
You're still not helping.
Ah, j'étais pas censé tomber une deuxième fois. Il y a un truc bizarre avec leur équilibre quand même. On recommence. Allez les jeunes, en avant.
Oh boy.
Easy, Addie. Concentrate on your breathing. Very good.
C'est bon.
Now keep walking forward.
Je pense que j'ai du mal avec le joystick.
I knew you could do it.
You should
On
really
va
try running
tracer,
across
mais
next
comme
time.
Jaja.
I'm hoping there won't be a next time.
It'd be faster too.
Looks pretty empty. Maybe the rooms were for short work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire? Well, check out the rooms, I guess. Look for a way to the next level?
I'll light up the pattern for you.
Another empty bedroom. Here we go.
Voilà. Elle est partie. Là, on va pouvoir prendre
We still have one level to
ça.
go.
Hey, there's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but I wouldn't advise it. You're better off finding a way through the apartments.
Might be worth it.
It's a lot farther down. Are you sure? Please don't fall.
How would saying that be helpful?
Look at that drop. Really makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
Let's keep it that way.
Si je tombe, de toute façon, je peux monter.
Hang on. You got this.
I'm trying.
Oula. Un petit peu plus nerveux là.
That's it. Well done.
Deuxième ou c'est bon?
Oh boy.
Ah, une deuxième.
Easy, Addie. Concentrate on your breathing. You're in control.
C'était rapide.
totally worth it, right, Addie?
I don't have words.
Parfait. Petit succès, tiens. Get busy living or get busy dying. Use the beam as a shortcut. C'est parfait.
This is level 3, Addie.
Let's look for evidence of Everett.
Je sais plus où c'est. Je crois que c'était là.
Here's the code. I'm sorry I don't handle the beams very well.
Well, it shows you care, I guess. Hey, what happened to the lights?
I believe Control has turned them off, Addie.
Not cool, boss. Control? Unbelievable.
C'était là.
Any way of knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Ah, je me rappelle plus où elle est sa chambre. C'est celle avec les écritures, je crois. Je crois que c'est elle.
What's the code?
Of course.
Here we go. People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for meditation.
What are these?
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more. There may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by adding an element of control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade?
It's a boy.
We were hoping you could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Already done. Just hold your device up to the canister. You will be able to access the recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
Hello, Grace. I've thought much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess I wish for them to be proud of me. Thank you, Grace.
People came here to make wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
So, what should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs to me.
I'll try to think of some too.
C'est pas celui-là.
All right.
This is Mark Anthony Wong, and
No.
I was called to Grace from Earth Station Phoenix. Not sure if anyone will hear this, but the whole
Je me rappelle
tube
plus quelle c'est,
system
oui, par des
is
mètres.
shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest. I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns, and I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
That's a little ominous.
Clearly, these canisters were not making it through the tube system. We should inspect the tubes for more.
Good idea.
Of course it is.
Let's try this one.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me. A real, honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly, this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what? Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy. This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
Allez.
It doesn't sound like everyone was happy to come here.
For Grace to understand what made people unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
Oh, I've got one! We can name him Pal Jr.
I was thinking something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
So we could call you Jack.
What do you think of that, Jack?
I will answer to Jack then, if you like.
Here you go.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Let her do it on her own, if she wants.
Je sais plus lequel c'est.
Here, Grace. Najisha, she was so excited when I got the summons. We talked about this for months.
Ah, je crois que c'est celui-là.
Help who was most deserving. She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for letting me delay coming here. I want to be true to her memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back. I want her back.
There couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
Hey, the tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
Keeper Everett?
It sounds like keepers were spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
So he stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Logic? You gonna let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around, I will grant you access to the elevator.
Or you could uncover more canisters and learn more about the people who came here.
Reaching the beacon is the priority. You must move on.
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Another easy one. Light the four corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right? Look at all the vacuum tubes.
Allez.
Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
C'est parti, ça va au couteau? On peut le tracer en fait, vraiment, si tu cherches pas tout, ça dure bien moins longtemps.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here. Do you think Grace appeared to them?
Through what
Crevé, mais ça va. Ah.
I don't know. Seems like the kind of place to make an entrance.
Bon, désolé, celui-là, il est que en
People
anglais.
will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Bon, pour info, on l'a déjà fini, on a eu le 4e épisode. Et j'essaie juste d'avoir les derniers succès. C'est-à-dire... ça va le faire, ça va le faire, ça va le faire, ça va le faire. Ok, on a les derniers succès parce qu'on connaît le jeu. Les derniers succès ils se font avec une deuxième tentative avec juste d'autres choix.
Seems to be holding my weight.
Parfait. Oh, c'est un jeu narratif à la première personne au couteau où c'est beaucoup de blabla. Bon, pour le coup j'ai fait un Celtic Hour dessus, j'avais zappé qu'il était en anglais uniquement, mais il était sous-titré. Donc pour le coup on a quand même réussi à le finir, il a duré 3 heures à peu près. Et ça va, c'était pas si compliqué que ça. C'est de l'anglais pas trop compliqué. Et tu vois là pour le coup, pour ceux qui ont suivi, il n'y a pas...
You'll want your light, Addie.
Il n'y a pas d'interaction puisque j'ai pas cherché autour.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Hold on, Addie. The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Voilà, quasiment torché là.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Parfait.
What happened here?
More rioting?
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
On va faire ça.
Hang on.
No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addie.
The emergency exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
I should consider other options first.
Oh.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise. Yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options
Ah oui,
by
mais par
throwing
en
away
bas,
my
faut que je
comm,
jette,
or
jette
take
deux
my
autres
chances
succès.
in the storm.
It's an important decision, to be sure.
What are you doing, Addie?
I'm gonna trust you on this control.
It's probably the safest way forward.
Please don't leave us.
Ah si, ça
Your
marche.
faith will be rewarded.
Ulsan.
What do you think will
Castaway
happen when
device.
the beacon is restored?
The masses will return to me, and I will guide them as I did before.
What if they don't come?
You came, and others will follow. Humans will always follow. You walk with me alone.
Ok. Donc on peut pas faire le reste.
Will I need my helmet?
You will not.
So we don't need empathy to set up oxygen?
The path forward has already been prepared for you.
Do you know where we're heading?
There is only one way forward. What does it matter?
I suppose it doesn't.
Tiens, voyons voir comment ça se résout ça avec juste lui.
This door certainly looks important. Can you open it?
You need only know that it must open.
Okay. I'll see what I can figure out. No hidden switches or anything.
Ouais, les dialogues sont différents.
This is the same symbol that's on the keeper's door. So I assume it represents the keeper. The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent grace. And this would be the pilgrims coming to grace. This ring here seems to connect the keeper to grace. Curious that the keeper is situated above grace.
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess? So, if this is the symbol of the keeper, I figure only the keeper was allowed to enter here.
Ok, je suis obligé d'aller voir ça.
Nothing here either.
C'est quasi pareil. Hein.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. I think it's the ancient tenets of the human in the loop. Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history. Looks like someone's being selected from a group. I'm guessing it's the keeper.
C'est bon.
Maybe the keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
In walking with me alone, you have proven to be virtuous and faithful enough.
But not willing.
Are you?
Do I wish to be the new keeper?
Do you?
I wish to be the new keeper.
Ah.
Can't believe that worked. My God. This is really it. This must be where all the wishes end up.
On the console, there is a button that will activate the beacon. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
So this beacon still works.
It worked before, and it will work again. By your hand, we will usher in an age of order and prosperity.
I'm here to find Grace. I need to figure out a way to bring her back. There must be something else on this console. I couldn't.
And yet, here you are again.
What exactly would happen if I press this?
Humans would return to this place, and order would be restored.
How?
The same way it always has.
Which is?
The way Grace intended.
Ah, enfin.
We move forward together, as it was meant to be.
So what now? Is there a keeper's manual or something?
You have proven yourself worthy. You need only trust in me.
And the people who come here? How do we know they'll trust you? What's keeping them from turning on you again?
Humans have wandered long enough. You have traveled millions of miles at great personal risk to find me. You, Addie, are proof that they are ready to return.
C'est votre destinée. Ok. Est-ce qu'au fictif, je crois pas que je sois à côté de Jupiter. Ah si, peut-être. Ok. Bon, deuxième fin. On a les deux fins et après on peut aller faire, si on veut, traverser, essayer de sauter, jeter les cailloux. Bon, on va peut-être pas le refaire pour ça, mais au moins on a les deux fins possibles. Et c'était plutôt sympa. Voilà, c'est pas très compliqué à comprendre, le jeu est plutôt cool, on s'en refera des petits prochainement. Merci d'avoir regardé ce let's play jusqu'au bout. J'espère que ça vous aura plu. Même si c'était full anglais, le jeu était pas mal du tout. J'ai essayé de vous expliquer du mieux que je pouvais, puis surtout du mieux que j'ai compris. Parce que c'est pas forcément facile à comprendre tout. Mais c'était vraiment cool. Je vais faire une petite outro. Vous faire un bisou. Et YouTube, à la prochaine. N'hésitez pas à liker, partager et nous rejoindre sur Discord, Insta et Twitch. Et vous qui êtes sur Twitch, je reviens dans un petit instant pour la suite du live. A tout de suite.